Hey y'all, what's up? Back with another video. Um, yeah, sooner than expected. I know I said I was gonna do a video on, Nas's album and make it more insightful, but I wanted to touch on this subject because I found it to be very interesting. So recently, if you don't know, Pharrell released a song with Jay-Z called Entrepreneur. I think it was Entrepreneurship. And so, Jay had a verse on the song, and he was talking and doing his usual stuff that he's been doing of, Jay's in this whole social aware, conscious, not social aware, braggadocious rap. I know people would call it conscious rap. I don't consider conscious rap because given who Jay-Z is and his rap style, he's a braggadocious rapper. So, basically what he's doing now in his style, since he's been doing it since 444, he's pretty much doing this social aware black owned business mixed in with braggadocious rap, where instead of he's going all out in European brands and talking about what European owned liquor he's drinking and so on and so forth, as he's been doing for the past, who knows, since Reasonable Doubt, he's now doing about what black business he owns. But besides that, he said a line that got people kind of in an uproar, where he said, "For everyone Gucci, support two FUBUs." Now, obviously, people don't really support or use or do anything with FUBU. FUBU's kind of out of style, but the FUBU is just a place in and just just like I guess you could say a metaphor, or not a metaphor. Dang, what is it? Ah, shit, I forgot. But I'll just say metaphor for black business. For everyone European owned or white owned business, support double your support for black business is what he's saying. Double your support for black businesses. Support more black businesses. And so, it's a straightforward message, but people weren't feeling that, given this is Jay-Z. This is a man who since Reasonable Doubt has kind of been on that whole and being a braggadocious rapper, he's been on that whole, talking about what European and white owned business is this, Mercedes, Gucci. Jay has a history. I mean, he has a history of bragging about the Gucci's, the Louis, the so on and so forth. And so, there's like a little, there's a little argument that could be had here about, Jay shifting and trying to talk these messages and send them out. Meanwhile, he has a whole history. I mean, shoot, we're not that far away from him doing a song called Tom Ford, on his Magna Carta album. And so, it's something to argue about, where is Jay someone, and is anyone like Jay really, not just him, it's not just limited to him, but is anyone really, is someone like him worthy enough to send these messages out, you know? And for me, it's kind of hard to say because here's the thing. With Jay, I don't think Jay, this is going to be my opinion. Jay, I don't think is really this devil as people make him out to be. There are some people who like to try to make Jay out as this evil person. Given what I read, Jay seems like he's a legit dude. He has his flaws from what it seems, but he's a legit, he's a legit person. He's helped people. I mean, just recently the news came out that DMX, I think it came from that Rough Riders documentary on BET, that DMX had debt and Jay cleared the debt from him. That's some legit shit. He was even willing to help Lil Wayne during his feud with Birdman and um, Young Money. So Jay seems like a legit dude, but he has his flaws. But on the other hand, Jay, I feel like I can see why for some people it's an issue with him given his history. Mind you, Jay's the same person where when he beefed with Nas, one of the most popular lines he said on the Takeover song was going at Nas for his rap content about how he's trying to kick knowledge. Now, if you're a Nas fan like me, you know what Jay's alluding to. You know, um, preluding to "It Was Written" with Black Girl Lost, Nas would go on a whole phase up till, like, say, the Untitled album in 2008, where he is very conscious rap, heavy. He's rapping about all these conscious from like black people, this, all that and this. And it still carries over to this day. I mean, just like recently with the King Disease album, he's still kind of rapping about, black this, black that. So Jay pretty much poked at that. You trying to kick knowledge, and he would do it again on the Blueprint 2 song, where he was talking about just because the famous line, just because you don't know what he writes, don't mean that he's nice. So Jay would poke at that. So I could see, given his history with that whole Nas ordeal, to where it can be like a turnoff, especially given in this day where it seems like a lot of people are just writing to be woke. People are just trying to do all this woke this, woke that. It's like a little trend to do. And for me, in my honest opinion, like I said, there's both good arguments for both sides. Jay, he can change. I mean, Malcolm X wasn't Malcolm X from the beginning. He was Detroit Red. He was this and that, and he became Malcolm X. So, you can change. But on the other hand, it's like, as much as we like to act like someone's history can be forgiven, forgotten, it's hard to do that. It's really hard to forget a history. And so with Jay and his history, his decade old history compared to his recent, act of being like I said, a social aware braggadocious rapper, it's hard to forget. You know what I mean? And plus with his whole sus act of the whole Kaepernick thing, which, like I said, in my opinion, it's kind of hard to really judge. I mean, I can see Jay should have handled that better. I mean, going off from what I've read, he seems to have done some legit things. But on the other hand, it's like this could have been handled better. And some of the things he was saying, like we're past kneeling, like nah, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's a very interesting thing to talk about. Um, can Jay change Jay's history? It's pretty interesting given who Jay is and given what is talked about. So I just wanted to, brush up on this. This seems like a very interesting topic. What do you guys think? Do you think Jay has the right to cover this topic? Do you think a rapper like Jay, with his history of being a braggadocious rapper who talked about money, clothes, and hoes and European stuff, do you think that he has the right to, start telling people, hey, support two Fubu's and all this stuff? Or do you think that, it should probably be a better messenger? Like, do you think it should be someone different? Personally, I can understand if this came from someone else, but I don't know. I mean, both good arguments. But what do you guys think? So yeah, leave a leave a leave your thoughts in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and see y'all in the next video.